So, more fun with GoPros. As I mentioned, I went trick-or-treating and came back with a bunch of goodies, including the Genus GoPro cage. Now, this machined piece of aluminum turns your disposable GoPro into an indestructible GoPro. A couple of important features. I mean, the first one is evident right here. Look at this. This is a 52mm filter ring. So, if you love GoPros, but you just wanted to put on a polarizer, no problem. Put it on right here. This will fit all kinds of housings. This will fit a GoPro with no housing when you add the shims, and they're labeled top and bottom. So if you take your GoPro out of its waterproof housing, you shim it up. Put this shim on the top, this shim on the bottom, and it fits right in. It fits right into your GoPro cage. If, on the other hand, your GoPro is in its waterproof case, you can lose the shims, put them back in your trick-or-treating basket, and put the entire contraption right into this cage. A couple of other important features of the GoPro cage. You do have these holes cut out here and here so that you can connect your HDMI cable, you can connect your power cable, you can access the shutter and power buttons, right? So if you are flying in a squirrel suit, if you're driving the crash vehicle, if you're doing anything kind of dangerous and you want to preserve your badass GoPro Hero Black, get yourself a $99 Genus GoPro cage. It's compatible with all the GoPro mounts right here with this standard GoPro, GoPro mount adapter, but it's also got 30 1/4-inch threads and 6 3/8-inch threads. So anything you're using on the set is going to allow you to mount this GoPro cage right to it. It's pretty fantastic. It's pretty inexpensive. So now let's go to Debbie with a question coming in from the internet.
Jesse, Alan would like to know, how difficult are those drones to operate and control? Does it take months of practice?
Alan, thank you for watching, and thanks for your question. How difficult is it to control those drones? Well, it's like Othello, minutes to learn, lifetime to master. In about 25 minutes, we can have you taking off, turning around, and landing. But just like jib cinematography, there's an art to it, and you'll definitely want to spend a lot of time practicing. Hopefully that answers your question. I mean, they're easy enough to control, particularly the DJI Phantom. As I mentioned, it will get GPS lock from several satellites. You can even turn it into what they call a GPS mode of flight, where if you were to let go of, let's say you're giving it some right throttle. If you're to let go of the right throttle, it will stop and stabilize itself with GPS satellites. To give you a comparison, when you take it out of GPS mode and into what they call attitude mode, if you hit right on the thumbstick, it's flying like this. You let go of the thumbstick, it'll sort of gently slope off to a stop. On the other hand, if you're in GPS mode, when you hit right on the thumbstick, it's going to cruise to the right. And when you let go of that thumbstick, it's going to stop and try to sort of fight back this way. What that's really helpful for, apart from precision flight, if it's a windy day and the wind is trying to push your Phantom this way, but you want it to hover, if you let go of both thumbsticks, the GPS satellites and the Phantom are going to negotiate themselves to sort of keep it very stable. And again, the Zenmoos, the gimbal, when you combine the power of this gyro-stabilized gimbal with the power of the GPS-stabilized Phantom, you get a really good lock on your image. So, Alan, it's not easy to fly, no, but there are a lot of technological advancements working in your favor. All right. Thanks for your question coming in from the internet. So we were talking about the Genus cage. We mentioned that it can both fit your GoPro with the underwater housing and without the underwater housing. It can fit your GoPro with the skeleton housing, which allows you to plug in the HDMI and the power cables. But Jesse, you might ask, GoPro 3 Black, that is so 1 month ago. What have you got for me now? And I'm glad you asked, because I've been trick-or-treating, like I said, and one of the goodies I got, GoPro Hero 3 Plus, in stock at Midtown Video, $399, the baddest, biggest, coolest, newest, HDest, 4Kest GoPro available. Does it fit in the Genus GoPro cage, you might ask? Yes, it does. All it needs is a couple of shims. You shim it, you stick it, you got a GoPro Hero 3 Plus in your Genus Pro cage. Pretty awesome.